Hello, everybody. My name is RyunnEldred, and I'd like to welcome you back to another wonderful episode of the R&R podcast. I'm here with my co-host Razgriz, the BossFoss. We're here on any of your podcast streaming services, whether it be Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, whatever it is, or you can catch the vidcast version on the RyunnEldred YouTube channel. Razgriz, it's been roughly 2 weeks since the last episode. How have you been doing, buddy? Let's jump into the small talk.
Well, buddy, it has been a very interesting 2 weeks since we last spoke, and uh, what I most important like to say is that I have been, and then just traveling, and I had to go see my folks, and then it was just a bunch of, and then I saw you. I actually
We
saw you
did.
in person, and I startled you by banging on your door and yelling that I was the sheriff's department.
You did. It gave me quite a good startle and a little bit of some uh pissed off moments as I was in the middle of recording and not doing so great because I was just overheated in multiple different ways and came running down the hallway like beep beep beep. Who the beep is at my door?
Yeah. To actually answer your question though, I've been stressed as of late, and I'm happy to be home. It's a bit of a drive to drive up to go see you,
It is. It's
and I very
4 or 5
much
hours.
depending on traffic, yeah, it's a bit of a drive, and I apologize. My the blanket back here keeps popping into focus, so
Oh, it's all good. If I were to disable the green screen here, you'd see I have everything just mass piled onto the area behind me
yeah.
as
So
I'm doing a lot of cleaning.
uh got home and well, not discovered, kind of just accepted the fact that I have a lot of work ahead of me, but I'm in the process of trying to get my stuff together and actually like get my stuff together. Um, Sorry, I just got a Steam notification. It distracted me.
It's all good.
What about you, buddy? 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I have
I think one of those weeks we were on vacation, so
been good. Um Thanks to the gracious and beautiful donation of a Rosgriz the Boss Foss, I've been playing some Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which I've been absolutely adoring and loving, as I have to force myself to jump into the next section that you just played of the game. Because I love the concept of a stalker enemy. I just really fucking hate stalker enemies. And the girl, which is the stalker enemy that follows one of the protagonists, love the design and everything. Just very intense, stressful. I've already been stressed enough, so just kind of going through it and stressing myself out more recreationally has been kind of daunting. But I want to keep going through and playing the game. I've also been exploring something new, as one of my resolutions was I am playing a game, not recording or streaming it, playing it for my own fun, and I've been absolutely addicted to the game. It's Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I
okay.
decided to finally give that game a chance and see what it was all about, and I knew nothing about the game going into it. Like, I remembered the trailer and remembered it was like really artsy, and my main draw point was Charlie Cox as one
Hmm.
of the voice actors because I love his representation of Daredevil. So I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. Holy hell, was I underestimating the game and really do realize why it was a game of the year contender. Outside of it being very artsy and just visually beautiful, the story itself has got me gripped, and I genuinely want to know what's like going on, and I've like done really good on not getting it spoiled. I have no idea what happens in the future. There's like one thing that I know that's spoiler-ish, but it like I know nothing else that pertains to that fact. So I've been just plowing my way through Expedition 33 and have been
Hmm,
loving it. But
that's
at the
good.
same time, I'm like, I really need to jump into PlayStation because I want to finish Death Stranding 2 and Silent Hill 2.
Yeah. Hey, I found out something interesting. Speaking of PlayStation, allegedly, in it was from one of the uh game uh
Articles.
sorry articles.
I wonder if
Well,
it's the thing
I was
I
trying to like
just read
journalism, the
about.
gaming journalism thing. Allegedly, Ghost of Yotai is no longer making the jump to PC.
Yes, so I heard about that in a different context from another gaming journalism article. Um, PlayStation is no longer bringing their exclusives to PC.
If it's a single player experience, is what I had heard. If it's multiplayer, it can make the jump, but
The
single
single
player,
player
they're
is no
staying
longer
on PlayStation because the console wars has to it's starting to revive.
thrive. The console wars has to thrive with obviously we're gonna have the Steam machine, um Xbox Helix,
Project Helix, yeah.
Project Helix, and then eventually the PS6. You know, you got to keep the console wars heavy, even though I don't know how I like. Oh God, I feel very conflicting on it. Like me and you discussed it kind of yesterday with Project Helix being like, oh, you could play both Xbox and PC games, but
A lot of the as we were saying, and for those everybody else to be kind of informed, a lot of the PC games that they would be talking about would already be on Xbox.
exactly. There would be like the few
Now
minor exceptions.
there is games that are like on PC and they're on like Steam. And if I'm gonna play a PC game, I'm going to be using a mouse and keyboard. I mean, I'm aware I could hook up a controller, but I prefer like for like sorry, I'm totally drawing a blank. Hearts of Iron. You have David's totally not pulling up his Steam right now because he can't remember for the life of him names of games because David really sucks at names. Uh, okay, like Sims. I know you play Sims on console.
I play it on both because it's like I have, which is another good point. The Xbox Game Pass for PC brought in The Sims Legacy 1 and 2.
So like,
So,
I, when it comes to these games that require like minute movement, like very pinpoint movement, I prefer it to be on PC because then I can actually like control it. Uh, Sid Meier's Civilization series, that's got to be on a PC for me. Like I'm aware that it could theoretically work for a console,
I mean, it
but
does because they have Civilization on console.
they do. But for me, it's I want it to be on PC so that way I can
Have a
control it a
finer,
bit better.
yeah.
And then there's one that is literally on the tip of my tongue, and for whatever reason, I just cannot remember the name of it. And it will eventually pop up.
I get what you're
Okay,
saying
so
with
like
it. Oh,
the Total War series. I'm just
hmm.
gonna stop there. So like the Total War series, I I cannot see those games being on console. Now I'm aware the Steam machine is gonna be a thing, and theoretically, if I were to get it, I could play that on my like living room TV, and I would just get like a wireless mouse and keyboard, but I would still have a mouse and keyboard.
I I see it in the aspect of there's a lot of games I have through the Xbox Game Pass PC version that doesn't allow me to play on Xbox. For instance, like Fallout 1, the Elder Scrolls, like the older ones from like
Mm.
before Morrowind. Um and other games where like Sims 2, the legacy set. that don't allow me to play on console, even though like I could. I don't like you could easily hook a keyboard and mouse to the Xbox and play that way.
Yes, I'm aware you could do that, but when it comes to like the console gaming, a lot of people. Sorry, I'm in the middle of also snacking. I got these multigrain
I know
crackers from Costco,
they look
and
good.
I'm eating.
You
This
got
might have
yourself
to
a
get censored, but it's bitchin' sauce.
bitchin' sauce.
Yeah, that's
What's
the original
bitchin'
flavor.
sauce?
It's like an almond sauce. Like it's that's the actual name of the sauce.
That's quite kick ass.
It's bitchin'.
Bitch.
Pretty good sauce. Um,
I don't know. I
but
feel with like the next gen console, like with Project Helix being advertised as playing both PC and Xbox games, I
okay,
find
but
it
is it confirmed, or is this just the gaming journalism uh taking one small grain of something and
information
running
and
with it?
running with it. That is a good question because I mean, at this given point, until we see something more on it, everything's kind of just a tidbit of information that's being ran with. Being fact that the only thing I've like for sure seen through Microsoft or Xbox itself was the little DNA Helix like logo turning into the X, and it
Right,
was like da da da, which I assume we'll learn more at Summer Game Fest
maybe. I
because I've heard
honestly, I
that it's
think
supposed to come out next year,
Xbox
which
will probably just
uh,
do their own thing.
probably it'd probably be in the Xbox showcase.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I also feel like it's way too soon for the next gen consoles as well. But at the same
Okay,
time,
hang
like
on,
I
hold
don't
on.
understand
How
how
how long ago, in your opinion, did the Xbox Series X come out?
it had to have came out at least 5 years ago. I know more than 5 years because I was living in the other trailer
It
when it
so
came
I
out.
it had came out in the middle of COVID. It had been delayed because of COVID.
Yeah.
And I had received it after I had moved into the apartment with my now wife. Um, I remember it showing up at the door and me just being super excited. I opened up the box and dude, I was so stoked because this was
Don't
the
get me
first time that
wrong. I'll
I had
be
gotten. This is the first time I had gotten a day one console, and I still have the console. And my God, does it have bugs? Not not like an
literal bugs.
infestation, not like literal bugs, but if I have a headset and a controller connected, sometimes the Bluetooth just doesn't want to work, and it'll
Yeah, I have the
disconnect
same
everything.
issues. I don't know. I feel like yes, I get it. Like technology is advancing at a super rapid rate. And like we keep having new innovations, new hardware upgrades, stuff like that. I feel like with the well, with one graphic cards and RAM shortages
Hmm.
is going to make the Helix PS6 any new console like extremely expensive. Like I could
Yeah,
definitely see this being priced like at a grand,
this is
maybe
going to be
more
approaching PC uh,
prices.
prices. I I'm not going to argue with you on that. Um, I do think it is going to be unfortunately kind of expensive, and I'm hoping that they will go longer than 6 years or 7 years before uh,
That's
they release the next console, but they probably won't.
I well God, I feel like I remember them saying like these were the last generation of consoles. Which like obviously at that time I think me and you even had the conversation of being like there's no possible way these are going to be the last generations. But I've
PS5 or PS6.
PS5.
Yeah, they were. I mean, PS5 amazing console, and honestly, if I'm comparing PlayStation and Xbox, to me, the only thing that's in Xbox's corner is the Game Pass. PlayStation, I I can have the same game on both consoles, and the PlayStation somehow looks better. Now, that
I
also could be the fact that I have a Sony TV, and just for whatever reason, the TV and the console are communicating a bit better.
they're just like, oh,
It's Sony. It just works. Um, but
I don't
also
know,
it's
cause
just the controllers. I know you keep trying to talk and I'm just keep going, and I'm sorry.
no,
And
it's all
if you
good.
guys love
I am
listening to
very
Ryunn's voice, you guys he has so many videos on his channel that he
nobody
can.
would love listening to my. I don't even like listening to my own voice.
So I'm just I feel like PlayStation is a superior console to Xbox. And this is a hot take. I and I know. But for me it's PlayStation's got some pretty damn good exclusives. Which yes, they are jumping to PC, but no, they're not. Um the controller is uh very much to me a an upgrade. The fact that
Oh
I have the
yeah, no,
haptic feedback controllers,
there's no question that the PS5 controller is leagues ahead of Xbox's controller. Like
and
I prefer the PlayStation controller now.
if the PlayStation 6 controller rumors, which they're rumors brought to us by the wonderful gaming journalism, we should make a podcast about the gaming journalism. You know what?
That's
That's
what
going to be the
this
topic for today.
podcast. I was like,
Damn it! They're not.
that's
You're
what.
not supposed to
Oh
tell them
shit!
that's what it's
Sorry.
going to be.
Yeah, no, we could change today's topic of. Let me flip through the books of
Come
page,
on,
page,
man!
page,
I've been
page,
literally
page.
setting it up. Complain.
Wait, I
Anyway,
know
if
every time
if
we
the
drop the
if
word
the
gaming.
controller leaks that we have seen are true, and the fact that you get the controller and you can literally move the diagonal and the stick if you wanted to, like you could literally swap their positions, whatever's comfortable for you.
Oh, the diagonal and the analog.
Yeah, so you can make the PlayStation controller, which I don't have one with
Yeah,
me right now.
you could swap
You could
the,
make it an Xbox
which I think
if
is great because I do prefer having the analog where the I like the Xbox controller button layout, but I love the functionality of the PlayStation. Like
right.
with the touchpad screen, the haptic feedback, the dual sense is great. PlayStation has always had great dual sense.
Anyway, sorry. You were going off about the Helix, and I went on a random tangent. Go for it.
Oh yeah, no. The I agree with you that PlayStation has like the better exclusives now, especially since Xbox has been doing the whole play everywhere, like gaming as a community and everything, sending their exclusivities to PlayStation, which I'm all for. Like the fact that Gears of War went over to PlayStation brought in a whole other field of players that kept the game's longevity alive. I could jump into Reloaded right now and find an online game, which I couldn't do with Ultimate Edition. Sorry to laugh. If you guys aren't watching the vidcast version, you guys are missing out on some stuff because just the small little body language things we do to each other to get each other to hiccup on stuff. Fuck, I want to uncrustable now. But
Oh, oh.
that's not, what is that? A dust off? Crust off?
Mm-hmm.
Crust off. Not an uncrustable, but a crust off.
They're
It's
squares.
it would be one thing if Steam was partnering with Microsoft for the Helix,
Mm-hmm.
but the fact that it feels like, hey, instead of having Game Pass and Game Pass PC, it'll all just be one thing doesn't seem like enough to advance a console generation. If it was just a different version of the Series X, I would understand it. But just like with the Xbox One X to Series X, it's going to put people into a forced paywall to
Yes.
be able to play newer games with your friends. Kind of like Dying Light 2. When Dying Light 2 first came out,
Yeah,
me and you couldn't play together, which was bullshit.
it was.
And I feel like, because obviously, like, again, no offense towards this, I definitely 100% know you're gonna get the Helix before I do if you choose to get the Helix. I for sure will
We'll
get a
see.
Helix because, like, again, obviously, like Xbox fanboy, I'm always gonna have the Xbox,
Mm.
but it's gonna be another one of those things where I don't get it for at least a year to 2 years. Like, I didn't upgrade my console till 2 years into its release.
Hmm.
And again,
It
it
was some
just
time before you had upgraded, but
and
a lot of the games that were releasing for both, but they were slowly like, hey, this is
phasing
just
it
for the
out.
Series X. This is just for the Series X.
Because I think one of the biggest things that made me jump ship was Gotham Knights for one.
Hmm.
Because I remember that one was a big one. GTA 5 having an XS only version.
Hmm.
And then them like straight on announcing that they're gonna stop doing regular Xbox One X games. Which again I feel is BS because like if you look in previous generations, like longevity of the 360 of the PlayStation 2, I just feel like the time frames between generations is getting smaller and smaller. It kind of just sucks. Like I again, that's just how it feels. I don't know if it is true because I think the 360 came out in '05, and then the Xbox One X came out in 15, 14.
So, I'm currently looking because we are in, God, I don't know what generation. This article, this thing says we are in the eighth generation of games.
Yes, because
No, wait, hang on.
this next one
Ninth,
should be the 10th.
ninth. We're in the ninth generation.
Yeah.
So just looking at Xbox, which it's 2026, and the original Xbox launched in '05.
You mean 360 did? The original Xbox released, I want to say, in the 2000s, like early. Well, I guess
Oh, sorry, my bad.
2005.
Xbox, original Xbox is 2001. That's right.
Yeah, that sounds
And
more
then
accurate.
360 was in 2005. So that was a 4 year difference between there. 360 to the Xbox One, so 2005 to 2013, so that's a 8 year difference. So it got longer, and then 13 to 20. Granted, there was a couple of different like variations there, but that's 7 years, and now
Yeah,
we're at it'll probably be 7 years by the time it releases. So they're being consistent with seven.
I feel like the Helix should be an optional upgrade. I feel like it shouldn't have games like soft locked to the console. Same thing between 5 and 6. I feel like they should be more along the lines of upgraded versions of the PS5 and the series systems. Again,
Kind of
that's
how
just being
like
me and
the
wanting to be
PlayStation
frugal.
5 and PlayStation 5 Pro, they're like, hey, if you get the Pro, like it is better, but you can still just get the standard PS5 version.
Yeah, well, I mean, I remember the Xbox 360 having 360, 360 Arcade, 360 Elite, 360 like Elite Pro. They
I
had
don't remember
so
any of
many
that.
different variations of the 360.
Yeah, I didn't get the variations until Xbox One, where I got
Yeah.
the One, and then I got the One S, and then I got the Xbox One X, and thought it was really clever because it was XB OX. Very clever.
And now we got the SX.
Yeah. Well, I didn't go to the Series S. I just went straight to the X. And
Yeah.
then there hasn't been any like variations of that. They've just kept it as Xbox Series S and Series X.
And that's why I was saying the Helix would be a good variation. Obviously, like, you gotta change with the times, you can't just stay stagnant. You always have to improve and move forward. It's just, I don't know, it sucks. It sucks that gaming is becoming more of a, I don't want to use the word addiction, but it's, what's the word that I'm looking for?
I don't know because you only use the word addiction, and which has a negative connotation, of course.
Well, I mean, if you look at it in that aspect, you're always chasing the high and it's just costing so much money.
No, I mean,
It's
I get it.
it's like as I used to explain to my mom, I'd rather play games than be on drugs. I'm trading one addiction for another,
Yeah,
but that's definitely not the way that I mean it in. Um, Vice, no. Either which way, it's just becoming an expensive hobby,
yes.
and it shouldn't have to be as expensive as it is.
I mean, I do understand, the stuff that goes into these things is expensive, and then you got to make sure that we're actually paying everybody that put in the effort.
Yeah, but what happens when all the effort gets exported to AI or AI, related systems?
I think this is the topic for this podcast now. I don't think we're gonna get to my joke topic.
No, we could still touch base on your joke topic. I'm just asking a question. Like,
AI is getting scarily like there's still some AI that is not working properly, and
yeah,
I appreciate that because then I'm like, that's AI. But there's other ones where I've been seeing uh, AI animes on TikTok,
I have too. I've seen it on TikTok and Twitter.
and I'm like, I'm let the thing kind of go, and I'm like, man, this is a really interesting anime. Like, I would actually watch this anime, and I would go to the comments, and people would say, I can't believe I fell for AI. And I'm like, oh shit, this is AI.
So, little AI tangent. Are you familiar with the virtual novels, the Sakura series?
No.
The okay. So this got shared to me as I was having a whole other topic with another one of our friends about AI and gaming. I won't mention names on who to, embarrass them, but they were telling me how one of the visual novel, like, adult games that they play, the Sakura, is now using AI to just generate the entirety of the game.
Hmm.
So it's from the like artwork to the narrative is just all AI, and I guess they just mass produce them throughout the year. Sorry, I got a thing in my fucking eye and it burns.
My guess is it's the heel of your hand.
Oh yeah, now. But it was one of the questions that was rising because again, we were talking about Brian and I talking about
Yeah, yeah.
we were talking about,
Um,
AI in video games, and it's kind of a scary thing to think about, even though it's like some, I don't want to say meaningless because somebody puts time and effort into those adult only games, but like the fact that AI could completely curate and just mass produce that in a effort that is seemingly passable to sell for, I think he said they're like 10-20 bucks per game, is
yeah,
a
no,
little concerning.
I get what you're saying. I've never encountered this franchise, so I would have no idea. But Um, I
I
mean,
know it
I
only in name.
yeah, I know that AI is getting there, and I had shared a an AI a podcast
Yeah, you
with
shared a
you.
podcast with me that
So
was fully AI.
one of my coworkers had showed me this website. I'm not going to name it right at the moment. I will do it when we're not on camera. And I had used the Wikipedia page of Resident Evil as one of the sources. I did not give it any prompts, and then I clicked on make me a podcast, and it made a 21-minute podcast about how Resident Evil, as far as I know, I didn't listen to the whole thing, but it was Resident Evil revolutionized the zombie uh,
Horror genre.
horror genre
Re
and
re
like reanimated it and brought it
Yeah,
back to life.
reanimated it. Reanimated it. Because I was gonna say no, they did a play on words. But
Yeah.
like, no, it was an info dump podcast. I remember listening to it during my morning routine and was just sitting there and I was like, this literally feels like it was just pulled off of the Wikipedia page. It was like
It was.
it didn't teach me anything I didn't already know or talk about in like the Nerdgasmic podcast since we just did a Resident Evil lore dump there. And I was sitting there and the voices, they talked like this and had no like emotional break whatsoever, and there was no like natural pausing in between each person
No,
talking.
hang on. There was. There probably later on there wasn't, but it was saying
Oh, that's true.
It was
I
actually using like auditory like mental breaks.
But it was that uncanny. It was very I think I'm that's the word I'm thinking of, uncanny.
The phrase is uncanny valley. It's like robots where they're really lifelike but they're not.
Yes.
Mhm.
Unnerving as well. Just saying cuz I don't know. I feel robotics and AI is going to be such a horrific real life thing that we're going to encounter. And I already don't like mannequins and the thought of like if AI thing robot just we're doomed as a society, David. We're doomed
Yes. I'm going to be fully honest right now.
right
I
now.
am loading it up
Oh
while
god.
talking with you,
Oh god.
and I'm actually just going to put your YouTube channel into this thing.
Oh god, are you AIing me?
I'm going
uh,
to see what it uh what it will do. But we'll keep talking, but I'm going
Dude,
to
I will cry if it does like an AI mimic of me. I will sincerely cry. I don't know, man. Like, okay, so I'm just genuinely curious too. I'm pulling up Steam and I'm looking at the Sakura that Brian was talking about as soon as I could get it to load in, because for whatever
okay.
reason, Steam's not wanting to load now. There we go.
I'm gonna read to you what it popped up with. So I put your source in, I just your YouTube channel, and it said this digital documentation originates from a YouTube
Jesus.
profile belonging to a user named RyunnEldred. The provided text serves as a legal footer commonly found on the video sharing platform's interface. It looks like it's just going through some legal mumbo jumble, but I can tell it to give me a AI podcast based on my sources. I can go through the actual AI like prompts and say what are the primary themes and topics explored in this channel's content. How does RyunnEldred engage with their audience and commonly through video? Can you summarize the overall creative direction and style of the videos? Which one do you want me to click?
I want to hear a summarization.
Okay. So we will keep talking, but because it is, oh god,
Loading. Oh god. So yeah, the Sakura games that Brian was talking about that are apparently AI generated. I was looking at the one, and then they have because he specifically mentioned the Xbox version, which let me just get over here on the Xbox store.
Okay.
Because Steam has a shit ton.
Steam does have a shit ton. Yes, I have seen a few pop up just because I don't actually have any filters on when it comes to Steam.
Me neither. So yeah, I could see a bunch. They're $12 per game. I'm just gonna click on this one. Which when you look at the reviews, AI slop but peak. It's looking at
AI slot,
screenshots.
but peak.
Yeah. It's just your typical virtual novel like anime style game, but it's just again no real artistic, what's the word I'm trying to use, cuz we both have played virtual novels of some sort.
I'm going to remove my
Persona
glasses just so that way there's no
reflection.
reflection.
Like Persona, the older ones could be considered a virtual novel in aspects and everything, and
Yeah, to a certain degree, yeah.
it's, for lack of better words, classic AI slop.
Sure.
That's just very clickbaity.
What are you trying to say exactly? Other
I
than
feel like
just
we shouldn't have
detailing
to
like
be
some
paying a shit ton of money for something that's going to be artificially generated. And with game studios wanting to incorporate more AI in the developmental process of games, why are you smiling like that?
okay.
I'm scared.
I was reading what the AI had wrote about your channel.
Oh god.
It says that it the primary aim of the channel is to provide an endless adventure that brings joy, happiness, and the occasional smile to the audience. The creator expresses a desire to enlighten viewers and make them feel better even on their worst of days. This personal, caring tone is further emphasized in the by the reoccurring sign off "Toodaloo for now." Tim, it went through all of your freaking videos in that short little time.
That's a long feat because I have a couple thousand videos uploaded, so
Um,
it probably just looked at one. It was just like bullshit, bullshit,
no. I
bullshit.
mean, there's still more that's written here.
Oh god.
Content style and format. So serialized Let's Plays. The channel's primary output consists of a long form Let's Play series, often broken into number parts. Thematic organization videos are meticulously organized into playlists based on the game franchises or sagas, such as the Remedy Connected Universe or RCU, Marvel games, or the Dead Space Saga.
That's eerie, but yeah, that's true. That's categorizations.
You got the solo playlist. Main focuses include titles like Dead Space, Mass Effect, and Saints Row. Thematic days. Tuesdays and Thursdays are dedicated to throwback playlists like Dragon Age or Spyro the Dragon, while Sundays are reserved for the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Okay, so that is creepily accurate for
Oh,
artificial
there's more.
intelligence. So that be that, oh my god, okay, keep going.
Community interaction and collaboration. The style is highly interactive, involving the audience in decision making through community polls regarding which games to play next. I don't know the last time you did one of those. Uh,
A couple months ago.
which games to play next or how to handle overlapping game universes. Additionally, the channel is part of a broader creator circle called the NerdgazmicGoodfellas, which produces a podcast called The Drinking Corner, and it freaking cited it. This collaborative style often represent or features guest appearances such as Mr. Retro for unboxing videos.
We did one unboxing video.
So
What the
there are
fuck?
three AI prompts as like, hey, like if you want to continue on, here's some questions you can ask, or I can just ask my own question. What is the Remedy community Connected Universe saga? Tell me more about the Nergasmic Goodfellas podcast, and which games are included in the Sunday playlist. Which one am
Dude.
I clicking?
Go Sunday. Go Sunday. I want to know if it will break down the actual Sunday playlist games, because I do have like a legit Sunday playlist that consists of the Assassin's Creed saga, the Hitman World of Assassination
I'm
saga.
gonna stop you. There's only 2 paragraphs.
Oh yeah.
According to the sources, Assassin's Creed franchise is the primary source of Sunday playlists. The
Hmm.
creator notes that Sundays are specifically reserved for this series for reasons explained within the playlists themselves.
That's true.
Additionally, in a community update from 3 years ago, the creator mentioned that they would be resuming their normal release schedule on a Sunday to continue work on Dead Space, though Assassin's Creed remained the designated franchise for that day.
That is really true.
So I clicked on a question that said, "Who? What is the Drinking Corner podcast, and who is involved?"
Let's talk about a dead podcast.
Oh, hey! It just mentions me and you.
Yay!
The Drinking Corner is a podcast hosted on the group channel NerdgazmicGoodfellas, and it literally spaced it out. It goes to the NerdgazmicGoodfellas. Uh, Based on the sources, the following individuals are involved with the podcast and the associated group. RyunnEldred refers to the show as our podcast and the group channel, indicating that they are a primary member and contributor. BossFoss specifically identified as a member. And then it says the Nergasmic Goodfellas group, a collective of creators that, as of 3 years ago, was undergoing a redesign process to establish new recording schedules and ideas for their content. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now approaching AI content just for this.
Oh my god, I do have to label this as AI content. Okay,
I can
I'm
literally type it.
genuinely curious.
We can continue on this without the podcast if you'd like, but
What one last piece as I
I
transfer
can
us.
type in my own question if you'd like.
I wanted to do a summary of the Nerdgasmic Goodfellas channel. In the same aspect that it did for like my channel, can you do it for the group? Because I'm curious on what it will pull up for the group one.
Sure, let me find our group channel.
It's weird because like again our topic for today was going to be gaming journalism and how we both have been kind of frustrated with gaming journalism as of late, especially in
Yes.
the articles that feel AI generated or are just very clickbaity. Sorry, Brian just put out a post on YouTube, so I'm like reading it real quick. This has been but god dude, I have been getting hit with just it pops up primarily on my Facebook feed too, which are like the AI generated like clickbaity gaming journalism articles, and it makes me very curious because like I've always had that passion of wanting to go into like gaming journalism.
Mm-hmm.
I would have no idea my outlet for doing it, whether it would be like just talking about upcoming games, etc., etc. Like I have one here already pulled up. Oh god, you're screen sharing. Untitled Notebook by a trio of creators known as Otto Otter, Eldred, and Razgriz. That's funny since Otto Otter hasn't been a part of it since like the early days, including
I think he's in the description.
maybe this digital hub focuses primarily on gaming culture, featuring a variety of long form content, including live streams of popular titles. Dude, that's so crazy because I don't upload the live streams like directly. I edit the live streams, but it still is able to notice that it's a live stream. Elden Ring and Dead by Daylight, yeah, that's two of the bigger things. Beyond standard gameplay, the creators host a dedicated podcast where they debate industry trends such as future costs of gaming, ranks of classic horror franchises. Those are the last like two podcast episodes. The channel maintains audience engagement. Yeah, damn. That's intriguing. That makes me realize I need to update the bio for the group
Mm.
channel, but that is intriguing. I do find it cool that it did go through the content and it wasn't like a short view look of just reading the titles and assuming like
It literally got the fact you say toodaloo.
it got, not only does it get the fact that I do my outros, but the thing that really gets me is yes, through my Assassin's Creed saga, there is a legitimate reason why I only do Assassin's Creed on Sundays,
Mm-hmm.
and that there is a actual ulterior motive on why I'm doing that franchise. Which it didn't go into stating why I did it, but the fact that it is like, hey, in the playlist, he lists the reason why is fascinating. Which again, I could see why now a studio or journalism company would resort to AI to do these, because that was informative. If like you had no idea about anything that I do, that did supply a sufficient enough information, which is creepy, very very
Indeed.
creepy. As I was saying, Games Radar put out a article. Resident Evil Requiem's Grace actor says Leon actor loves Resident Evil so much that everyone in the studio brought their A game, and it's a whole ass article about that. And I don't know. I feel like gaming journalism. Oh God, I've lost. There we go. I feel like gaming journalism is so weird nowadays. Coming from reading articles in like Game Informer
Mm-hmm.
to now, it feels like I could open Facebook right now and I will see. Let's see. Let me test this theory. If I were to open, get off Facebook dating, why is it even on Facebook dating? I don't have Facebook dating. No, I don't want to start a Facebook dating profile. Yep, here we go. First thing, Resident Evil, and it's a AI. God, it's not gonna show it. Oh, there we go. It showed it. It shows it. It shows it. AI generated photo of Leon that you guys can see in the vidcast, and it's advertising like DLC that's rumored that takes place 2 years after. Spoilers. Spoilers. Okay, I'm not reading that because it's spoiling the end of the game, and I don't want that for me. But it's obvious AI just slop.
Interesting.
What?
Sorry. So I'm on your channel, the thing for your channel, and
Yeah,
I'm trying to see if it'll identify the R&R podcast, and it's only pulling up the Drinking Corner.
that's that's curious because like this podcast is a dedicated podcast specific to this channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the two that run on here, but Drinking Corner is not associated whatsoever with the RyunnEldred channel, outside of me of obviously being one of the hosts.
Yes. I'm refreshing it and seeing maybe it just is combining the two.
What?
You good?
I died.
I
Sorry, I choked on water as I was trying to drink it. Maybe this is why AI is taking over. We're just fragile. Uh, what?
I typed in. I'm still trying to get it to like identify the R&R podcast, and it says there's no specific mention of a podcast named R&R podcast. Do you call it something else?
Uh, Let me look and see if I have it spelled differently. No.
R&R podcast. No.
Are you using the and symbol?
Yeah.
Do you have a space in between the R, the and
Yeah.
symbol, and the other R? Then no.
And so we'll get back to the gaming journalism in a second. It says based on the provided sources, which is just your group channel or your channel,
Yeah.
sorry. It says there's no specific mention of a podcast named the R&R or yeah R&R podcast. The sources do, however, provide information regarding other podcasting and collaborative efforts involving RyunnEldred. The Drinking Corner. RyunnEldred recommends checking out the group channel NerdgazmicGoodfellas to watch episodes of a podcast titled The Drinking Corner. This channel is a collaborative effort that includes members like BossFoss and has undergone the redesign processes. Collaborations with Mr. Retro. Podcast section, you have a dedicated podcast tab. The provided excerpts do not list the specific titles of the podcast hosted there. It is possible that R&R could refer to a collaboration between Ryunn and Retro, but the sources do not explicitly use that name for a podcast.
Which I mean would be the R&R OG podcast.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Gaming journalism and how it loves to just
Clickbait us and misinform.
I get that they need people to click on the links because they need to sell. They need people to actually see the ads. But having an article pop out like every other syllable, it's like Todd Howard goes on to an interview and mentions something like, "Oh yeah, I do love to shadow drop games." Now suddenly it's the Fallout 3 re remake is going to be shadow dropped tomorrow. It's like, okay, where's your evidence? He says he likes to shadow drop it. Okay. The New Vegas, Fallout New Vegas is going to be shadow dropped.
Oh my
Both.
god, that was pissing me off so much during the season 2 like longevity of the show. Was it felt like every other article I was reading was Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas remasters coming at the end of the season, already confirmed. And it was just it like I clicked into a few of those articles because the gamer in me wants to believe
I was
that
like,
like
okay, if everybody is saying it, if there's so many articles that are coming out saying it, then there must be some sort of like grain of
truth.
truth, right? No, it's
No,
just
it's
oh, everybody's hoping for it. We know we're hoping for it. Don't freaking write the thing. Or
yeah, no, that was something that was pissing me off with it. Or um one of the things that's current in gaming journalism that I read last night, which has to do with Requiem's director, deleted his social medias because of articles and people like the whole Leon married aspect of it all, and people making AI images of messages between them and the director, with the director like confirming the choice
mm-hmm.
so that way they could do their article and do whatever about it. And
Right.
there was a lot that led up to him deleting the thing because, it was. The director even stated it was supposed to be a nice little bit of information that we will know more about later. It
Right.
was meant to be, and like, sorry for the slight spoiler of it, but you find it out through a quick, like, 2-second cutscene of him literally just taking off a glove, and you see the wedding ring, and that's it. You see a wedding ring. There's no other bit of information. You could look at the concept art that's in the game, like even in Requiem, because I have Requiem on the Xbox next to me. And if you are in the what is it, the special features where you're able to spend the credit points to buy stuff, the bonus tab,
Right.
and you look at concept art,
I have his car, by the way. I had to get the car.
yeah, the Porsche's beautiful. But
If I
even
can ever
just,
get the money, I'm gonna buy myself a Porsche now.
I don't even have the concept art tab button. It is literally just pulled up, and I will put an image of it in the upload, when it shows his hand in the concept art preview tab, you can see the wedding ring on his finger. So it's
Right.
not like it's some secret like spoiler thing.
How the dude is, what is he,
49 in this game.
49 now. I imagine he's gotten married, but is that really
The
our business?
it's is and it isn't. As fans of the game, like we're invested, we want to know who.
Okay, like I let me rephrase that, because I'm used to being like, listen, celebrities have lives. I understand that they do live in the limelight, but like, you know, allow them to have some sort of like life
Privacy.
outside, privacy.
I would rather find out who Leon is married to in context of the game than just the director or creator or somebody being like, "Oh yeah, Zeta." I'd rather see it unfold narratively because, like, yeah, as a long-running fan of the game, like my obvious hope is Ada. I know a lot of fans want Claire. Very creepily, a lot of people are saying Sherry, which no, just God no. Do I necessarily care? Is it like a life changing thing that I feel like an article needs to be written about on it? And like, the use of AI and harassment in some cases need to be developed towards this? No.
Right.
Now, let's say after the fact, like, let's say in the DLC, because we are getting, I believe, 2 DLC was leaked to be coming out about the game. Who
Is that true
knows?
though? Is that
Who
true
who
though?
knows
Gaming
if that's
journalism.
true? I
I
mean,
mean,
don't get
Grand Theft Auto 6 is also, it's coming out, and hey, we know what the
another
collector's edition
3 years.
looks like. Do you know why we know what the collector's edition looks like? Gaming journalism. Is that actually the collector's edition? No.
Don't get me wrong. Leakers and gaming journalism based off of leaks do hold truth sometime.
When you click on it, though,
Because,
it's like, this is what we think they should do. It's like, no, your article literally stated this is what the collector's edition is.
yeah, I think there needs to be a stricter policy on gaming journalism, especially when it comes from more reputable sources like, and I will say, like Games Radar, Polygon, stuff like that. Because again, for me growing up, my gaming journalism like source was Game Informer, getting the
Right.
magazine every month and reading through the articles and all that. It was great to have the physical thing. I am new to the concept of online journalism, and I do know that that's a fraction of the issue on our kind of topic is just when it comes to online journalism, there is such a high volume of resources, it becomes quantity over quality.
But also, everybody wants to be the one who got it right. So they
Yeah.
will literally say everything because there's no repercussions for it.
Well, that's what goes back to the gaming journalism. Like Nick, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but Nick, the guy who voices Leon, he is very vocal about the fact that he has been a long time running Resident Evil fan and just like a whole entire article, like this article I have pulled up right now, is literally just about one segment of an interview that the voice actor for or actress for Grace was literally just saying that Nick Apostolides is a fan of Resident Evil, and they took that and ran with it for
Well, like,
paragraphs.
if you're part of a game, I really hope that you are a fan of it.
Exactly. Which like lovingly one of the promotional interviews that Nick did for it, they asked a long-running fan theory because in a outsourced media for the original Resident Evil 2, it mentions that Leon is an Italian American.
Mm-hmm.
So they're asking him if like is his version of Leon Italian American, and His answer is yes, because Nick is Italian American. So he said
Mhm.
his representation of the character is close to himself, so he is Italian American, which is great. Which, like, I don't know if you've seen any interview or the promotional material for Requiem of like Nick talking about it. I know I shared to you he's coming back to Sacramento.
You did. I did see that. I'm not going to be going, but yeah.
I genuinely do think I'm gonna go. I do want to meet him again because he is one of the few voice actors I have met in real life. And meeting him during the promotion for Resident Evil 4's remake was just so fun. I have so much more stuff I'd want to talk about because I didn't know he was gonna be there when we first went.
Right.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I gaming articles I read now feel so outdated and useless in the scheme of relevant information towards it. Which
Hmm.
it intrigues me because, again, as I mentioned earlier, like gaming journalism is something that interests me. You know, I used to run a blogger and stuff like that, and I've always thought about doing stuff like that.
Right.
But in a world where it feels like, where would your niche be towards it? Like, trying to think of what I want to say. I feel like being a gaming journalist nowadays would be hard because where would you go? That's not already covered. I feel like no stone is left unturned in this day and
Right.
age.
No, I do agree. But there's an underlying issue, but I'm not going to get into it because I have a general rule that I'm just not going to deal with right now. Um, yeah, dude, we have like the Fallout leaks. We have the which we're not sure.
GTA has been a
GTA. Oh my
huge
god,
hot
GTA
topic.
6.
The
Um,
last article I remember seeing on GTA 6 is it's Red Dead Connection. You play as Arthur Morgan's long lost like relative or whatever, because it's linking the fact that what is the name, Jason,
mhm.
looks a lot like Arthur Morgan. So there's a whole article that just was spilling about that, which the game's not even out yet. So there's no like
Right.
confirmed anything towards it other than I think the voice actor that voices Arthur Morgan was jokingly agreeing with the guy who voices Michael because they did a podcast episode where they talked about it, which is like the actual clip that I saw that related it for the article.
So I typed in Grand Theft Auto 6 Collector Edition. By the way, I'm
Yeah,
no I'm totally interrupting and like sidebarring and sidetracking.
it's all good. We're nothing but tangents.
If I'm being honest, I wasn't really listening to you, so
Dick.
apologies. But and this is also like YouTube. The YouTube videos are also horrible with this. Um, Grand Theft Auto 6 Collector's Edition, and when you're able to order it. Grand Theft Auto 6 fans left divided over the game's Collector's Edition. The Grand Theft Auto 6's Collector's Edition already has fans super hyped. Let's talk about Grand Theft Auto 6 Collector's Edition.
Which,
That's
to my
just the first
knowledge,
page.
they've never released anything about it, right?
No, they've never said anything about it. YouTube videos. It's Grand Theft Auto 6 Collector Edition unboxing.
Which,
Uh,
yeah, highly doubt that.
that was 5 months ago. Grand Theft Auto 6 Collector Edition price revealed. Is it worth it? 11 months ago. Grand Theft Auto 6's Collector Edition. What to expect? Price and more. Uh, this picture has been what has been circulating, and this is from May 29th of 2024. Um, Grand Theft Auto 6's exclusive collector edition first look from 9 months ago. I'm like, dude, they Rockstar has not said anything.
Yeah, it also reminds me of do you remember when Bully was like massively talked about having a sequel?
It was a sequel and then also a remake or remaster, yeah. Which would we love to have it? Yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
but I'm not believing anything until the official sources confirm.
Yeah, I don't know when we'll ever see. I do think
Probably won't.
Bully is dead in the water.
I think a lot of franchises that we love
We
are
love
dead in the
would love
water.
to see, because like again, like as we talked about a few weeks ago, Saints Row, with the director saying he wants to make a prequel sequel that takes place before the events of
And then
one.
me and you talked while we were playing Ghost Recon Wildlands of the fact that that got completely shot down and
Yep.
it's dead.
Or the fact that, every so often an article will come up about the open world Splinter Cell game that's just not real for the time being until they actually,
But maybe
announce
it
something.
is. Maybe it is. Maybe they
Maybe
know
it is.
something we don't.
Maybe I should just make a gaming journalism like side job of just speculations. Maybe we're gonna get Grand Theft Auto 7 before GTA 6 releases.
I mean, we already
They'll
have
pull a
the
ghost.
sky literally ripping open before Grand Theft Auto 6 is released.
Man, we've gotten everything before GTA 6 releases. We're getting World War 3. Nah, let's not dive into politics. Um,
See, that's my one rule. I do not go into I do not want
no
to go into
politics.
politics.
Ugh, God.
Hard rule. No politics.
Have you, since we've been on like a negative tangent of gaming journalism,
Oh.
have you
Yeah.
been on anything positive gaming journalism related?
Mm,
I've mentioned a few things where it's like,
yes. There's one article that I had saw that popped up was or like a grouping of articles was a terminally ill person. I got to play Grand Theft Auto 6
oh, I've seen that.
and like I'm happy for him. I mean, I'm devastated to find out that they're terminally ill and not going to make it to the
Really?
release, and the fact that they delayed the game's not helping that. But like, good on Rockstar. That's a positive thing. Uh, them firing people because of a union, not so cool.
Yeah, no. Or the recent article I read about Ubisoft doing their layoffs and everything and restructuring their whole company. When it comes to gaming journalism, what would you rather hear about? Like if you were
Truth.
to, well, obviously truth, but I mean, in what category of the industry would you like to hear about? Would you actually want to hear more about like the corporate aspect of it, the more production into gaming, or actual like reviews of games, or
Kind of a combination of everything. Depends on my mood. Like sometimes I'm just wanting to know, okay, what game is coming out and when, and just give me a list. Or like, hey, this is every game that's confirmed to be coming out this month. Perfect. When's the release? Awesome. If uh the title gets my attention, or if you're showing the cover, if it gets my attention, I'll look further into it. Otherwise, I'll just see it when it shows up and be like, oh, that's cool. Um, Sometimes like, hey, I would love to find out more about how's the production of this going. Like, what's some of the things that we can see?
anticipate and see.
Yeah, what can we kind of anticipate? And then others, I'm like, hey, I'm just being all against this company. How are they doing? Like structurally, it's like, oh yeah, they're laying off over half of their workforce now. It's like, oh, lovely.
So
Oh, they're employing AI to do
write
all of this
code.
work. Huh.
I was gonna say the last thing I read about AI being used in the game industry was supplementing code to make things kind of move
AI was used
faster.
for Expedition 33.
Yes, for images, was it?
I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember either.
I didn't really care that much. I was like, Okay. Cool.
So,
The game's
just
mostly not. So
on another sidebar that is game journalism related, different formats of gaming journalism. There's something I've been watching more recently. Are you familiar with Sydney Goodman?
nope.
She used to work for IGN.
Okay.
She used to be the spokesperson for IGN.
Okay.
She has this new playlist series on like TikTok and Snapchat and other social medias called What Happened To, where she like dives in and she talks about like dead game franchises. Like the last one I watched was Marvel's Avengers, which I find like really interesting. I find
Yeah, I mean,
journalism like that really cool because it's informative, it's fact based because it's actually pulling from resources that are true, not just speculation or what ifs. There's
right.
another guy I listen to named Ethan on Everything.
Hmm.
Um, we are slightly over an hour from when we initially started,
Hmm.
but he does a lot of gaming journalism, which are more his opinion. Which again, journalism can be very opinion based, as any news outlet would be. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I do think gaming journalism is kind of on that, thinking of words. Sorry, it's what 11 o'clock at night, so brain not function right.
Yeah. No, I understand where you're coming from and what you're saying. Um, and hearing the kind of like, hey, where is it now of some of our, I wouldn't say beloved franchises, but some of the games that release and like don't hear
Just
about anymore,
died
like
off immediately.
Avengers or Gotham Knights or Anthem. Well, I mean, we know what happened to Anthem, but
Yeah. But
uh,
specifically with her Marvel Avengers one, like what led her to talk about that was Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics. Talked about the fact that Avengers was a 10-year plan
hmm
that died off within 3.
hmm
So it covers like what necessarily happened from like developer standpoint, reception, and everything. And I find gaming journalism like that peak. Whereas like articles like for example that we pulled from Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas remaster dropping at end of season, and that was like literally the headline, like it's confirmed it's dropping, but then when you click into the article it's just like, yeah, it'd be really cool if they did that, like it would be a real big service to the fans.
no,
Whereas
I absolutely hate the
because
clickbaitiness of it.
I've seen articles like that pushed by like Games Radar and stuff like that, and don't get me wrong, like
IGN or you know,
it's we live in a world of misinformation where it's kind of getting to the point of mass information because everybody wants to be that one person that's the top article for it, the person that's going to get the clout for busting the story or having a sliver of truth in their article.
right.
Because I mean, right now, me and you could write or even AI generate like 10 different articles that talk about GTA 6 and where we would predict where it's going to go using just like deductive reasoning based off of every other GTA in the past. I could assume that Jason and his girlfriend are going to do a heist and the end of the game's going to have them turn on each other because I've seen AI images that show them pointing a gun at each other with like the final choice of the game, and I've seen videos of that pop up on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like where do you go for reputable gaming journalism? Is it just already having somebody that you know and trust? Like for instance, me with Sydney Goodman with the like what happened to or the history of playlists that she does. Because I mean, yeah, that's content creating too, is being a game journalism and creating content from that. I don't know where I'm trying to go with this. I feel like I'm running in circles now. Very
All
broad
right.
circles.
Are you ready for this?
I'm ready for this.
Confirmed information. This is the next Saints Row game.
Oh
Okay?
God.
It's called Saints Row Reign of the Saints. It's going to be a large, dense city similar to Stillwater from Saints Row 2, which, of course, everybody loved Stillwater.
Still love
It's going to be
Stillwater.
3 to 4 distinct districts. You got corporate downtown, suburbs, docks, nightlife strip. You got more interiors, enterable buildings. You got a dynamic crime system where the gangs can actually reclaim the territory from you.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
Now, after 2022's Saints Row, you know, a lot of the people were not really liking that quirky roommate startup gang humor. So we're doing less of that, and we're going to be going more of a dark gang drama with ruthless Saints leadership and violent power struggles. Closer to like a crime drama with absurd moments rather than just pure parody. How are you liking it so far?
Did you enter this into a AI
Yeah.
thing?
Yes.
I could tell.
Gameplay improvements. You got a gang empire system. It's a deeper system where you'll actually be running the criminal empire. You got to recruit the lieutenants, assign gangs to the territories, manage illegal businesses, and rival gangs launch counterattacks. Think of a hybrid. I'm reading it verbatim from this, by the way. Think of a hybrid
This is
between
rising a whole new like concern for me right now.
Grand Theft Auto San Andreas gang wars and modern open world management mechanics.
So, what scares me about you reading this right now is the fact that this sounds good.
Yes. I'm going to skip over the character customization, which it says has always been the core strength of the series.
Agreeable.
Um, but none of it's like new. It's like, oh yeah, you're able to layer the clothing, you got tattoos, prosthetics. Cool. That's already been there. Co-op focus. Co-op will primarily be expanded beyond what is expected in the earlier titles. Drop in 4-player co-op, share the criminal empire, co-op heists. You can have a territory war with your friends.
See, that sounds fun. Like that sounds genuinely fun, and that concerns me because, like, AI
Let me keep going. Let me keep
AI
going. I'm
can
almost
make
there. I'm
good
almost there.
games.
I'm
That
almost there.
scares me.
Next gen destruction with the modern hardware. You got destructible buildings, collapsing bridges during missions, large scale police and military battles. Now, the story. The Saints have now fallen apart after a massive betrayal, and the boss must rebuild the gang from nothing. You got the 3 rival factions. You got a tech surveillance cartel, a brutal street gang, and a corporate private military. Now, does that sound a little familiar?
Sounds a
Because I
little
feel
bit
like
like two.
that sounds a little familiar.
It
Now,
sounds like a
oh,
mix of two and three.
sorry. Wild Saints Row moments almost guaranteed. Uh, you're gonna have ridiculous missions like robbing a casino during a hurricane. Literally verbatim, man, verbatim. A prison riot escape mission. Okay, 2 did it first for sure. Weaponized food trucks.
Okay, that sounds gangster as fuck.
Celebrity villain. Okay, sure. Expected release window 2028 to 2030.
Okay. This is gonna be my unfiltered opinion on this. I As much as I hate AI being in the gaming industry, that is a good representation of what AI could do, which is coming up with concepts. Because everything that pretty much almost everything you explained would have been amazing in a Saints Row game.
Right.
Like that sounds fun. That sounds like a game I would genuinely play and spend hours in. Like, come on, me and you having a criminal empire against each other would be fucking fun.
We would constantly be like, yeah, I'm in the north end of town, but really be in the south end, like taking out like strip
Gun
club,
running with some food trucks. Uh,
weaponized food trucks, man. Oh my god.
God. And I feel like AI used in that aspect would be okay. Because, like,
With what I just
genuinely,
did, like, I mean, it sounded freaking
coming up
bomb as I was reading
coming
it,
up
but
with concepts could be a hard thing. I'm trying to tread lightly on what I want to say here. Because people are creative by nature. But eventually a well runs dry.
mm-hmm.
That sounds like a game that would be worth a $70 price tag. Not saying the game should be built entirely ground up from AI or use AI to write dialogue or writing the code or whatever, but the general concept is intriguing and worth investing into and kind of picking apart and exploring. Would you say not?
I would agree. Sorry, I'm having some fun with the AI, and I'm having it write me a song about the Saints Row franchise from the perspective of the boss.
Oh, it's okay. Brandon Quigley used to send me back when we were talking a little bit more regularly. He would send me songs that used his voice but was written completely in AI that he would just make on a whim while we were playing Roblox. So it's I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. How do you feel about it, people out there listening that made it this far into the pod? Do you think
As
AI
we
should be something that's
continue to
used
just go
more?
crazy with this. Sorry,
No, it's I feel like we should have had more time to kind of base our generalized thoughts because
I sent you the song that I wrote.
I'm looking at it right now. Oh my god.
We definitely we went into this podcast and we're like we're gonna be talking about gaming journalism, but also I was like it's not like a ton we could say other than the fact that we really hate like the direction that it's been going in.
And I
So the
feel
fact that
like
we've been now talking about like AI and
AI is
the console
really
wars,
relevant right now because it's a topic
it'll
that's
always be
gonna
relevant.
stay relevant until it takes over. I don't know. I'm gonna end the podcast episode here so we're not like a 2 hour long episode of us just randomly mumbling and rumbling on about AI and like
Back
whack
in my
ass.
day, we
Back
had
in my day, we wrote all of our side-scrolling scripts for video games like
All
a
right.
Tarzan.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening and watching. If you have a topic that you would love for us to discuss, or you just have an opinion, we would love to hear it. Please put it in the comments. If you are listening to us on Spotify or any of your other podcast means, we have a comments over on the YouTube channel. You can look at our beautiful faces. You can see the fact that I was stuffing my face with a crust off and
Crackers with bitch
eating
and
some
sauce.
crackers with pitch and sauce.
I've been chugging down water.
I've also been drinking a not sponsored Coca-Cola Cherry Float.
Would it be better if it was sponsored? No.
I
Would
would
it
love for it
taste
to be
better?
sponsored. You know what? Who should sponsor us? Gearbox, so that way we can get. Oh no! Wait! It was oh god. It's not Undead Labs anymore. What are they?
Oh, are you sure it's not Undead Labs still?
Is it still Undead Labs? It might still be Undead Labs.
I know it's Xbox Studios that also has a hand in it. State of Dakar.
Because we were making callouts to them, and for whatever reason, my brain is just 11 o'clock shutting down.
We're praying for Undead Labs to see us.
It is Undead Labs. Okay.
Yeah, that's who we were.
I was doubting myself. Sponsor us. We'd love to play the game. and give you our honest opinions. And if you would love to hear us talk in like different voices, we would love to be on the radio of your video game.
Yeah, Undead Radio.
You're listening to Undead Radio, where I have a zombie currently staring at me through the window. I'll be back in just a few moments. In the meantime, please listen to this chill beat. It's better if I actually have a script.
It's better. It's okay. I was Rick rolling as a zombie, so it's all good. Yeah, that's that. We'll try to have a more organized train of thought.
Are we ever organized? No, we will try to have better. Listen, we started off with like, hey, we got to get this podcast done, and oh, hey, we've been complaining about gaming journalism.
It really was that, and I didn't want to talk about Resident Evil Requiem for the third week in a row.
Touch base. Anyway, you want to do your outro, Mr. Toodaloo?
Yeah, since I'm well known for my charismatic, caring outros, so we look forward to seeing you guys in the next podcast episode. Remember, you can hear us on any of your podcast streaming services and the vidcast on the RyunnEldred YouTube channel. Have a wonderful day, night, breakfast, lunch, and whatever time of day you guys are listening or viewing this. Toodaloo, everybody.
Bye, everybody.